I started day 2 by unpacking the previous loot I had. I'm planning to check the perimeter to have a gauge on what should I do next. Well, fortifying this house will be good, but I'd like to do carpentry work once I have the level 1 and 2 books. I saw a couple of houses nearby, so clearing the area around it should be the first objective today. The number of zomboid are pretty low here, maybe because it's surrounded by trees. I am convinced that this would be a good starter base that I can confidently defend from zomboid. Or maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, I'll know once the 7th day rolls in. If I get overrun by zombies, I'll have no choice but to use my bourbon as a Molotov. I hope it won't happen because I'm saving this disinfectant. My previous run on the riverside, I barely got any medical supply, and I don't want that to happen again. That's a good chunk of zomboids, but not quite I'm hoping for. Aside from securing the area, I'm also hoping for a bigger bag, and I usually get those from the mobs. I'll just ignore them for now, and just look around for other candidates. It's always ecstatic to see a police uniform. They usually have vests and nightstick, which is very helpful for a melee fighter like me. Guns are just house decoration for me in this game. Never had a good end whenever you use a gun on this game. If you are wondering why I'm throwing their clothes off instead of ripping it into a sheet, it's because I noticed before that when zomboids decay, everything else decays with it, and even if the clothes are near the decay, it will still not disappear along with the zomboids. You might be wondering, why not just put it in the inventory? Well, it's because of the capacity of what I can carry. I'm saving it for the more crucial items like weapons, nails, books, and food. I cleared up the area and looted some of the houses and just went back home. I spent most hours of the night reorganizing my items. Is it me or some of you also feel uncomfortable knowing you didn't made any effort organizing your own mess? Because I really need to. I don't think I have OCD. This is just how I was raised. My mom was a very strict teacher on a private Catholic school, and it's a daily routine to meet such standards. I always thought that's just normal. But when I started living on my own, especially when I worked, I was labeled as a guy with an OCD because of my behavior. They call it OCD. Our family just calls it Catholic discipline. Well, throughout the years, I slowly adjusted that behavior because some of it are honestly just over the top. But when I play games and I see inventory, well, there's a true need to organize, even if it's just a little. I ended day 2, finalizing this area as my starting base by marking it on the map. Next major objective should be gas, vehicle, and books. I should be able to find books along the residential area, but not too optimistic with the gas and vehicle. On day 3, I went back to the store I cleared up. I'm taking up some of the farming supplies so I can start on it early. There were some potato seeds there, and based on what I read, it will take 20 days for harvest, an additional 4 days for it to have seeds. Basically, after the 3rd helicopter flies in, I will have new seeds to plant. I don't have food shortage right now, so I'm stocking up on seeds instead. Their storage is full of stocks too, and luckily I found some books. I also found shovel and another crowbar. The rest of the stuff I'll need to leave behind. Once I have a vehicle, I'll loot everything here. After sorting out the stuff I can bring back home, I went outside for the mailbox. I'll usually find useful magazines here, and those pile of trashes there are also a good place to forage. I found some keys on a pile of trash before, and also a bag. You'll never know what you'll find if you start foraging, but do this after clearing the area first. And as I mentioned, I just found a golf bag. I was hoping for school bag from the zomboids, but I guess I struck a luck this time. I guess there are days that just goes your way. I decided to go back and sort out my loot. I continued foraging. While walking back, I also cleared some leftover zomboids along the way. I got home safe. Even though I continued foraging, sadly, I didn't find anything desirable. Well, getting this golf bag is already a win for me, so 10 out of 10 for day 3. I sorted out all my items for today's looting and spent a good amount of time reading the Volume 1 books before ending day 3. So, I'll end the video for today and see you tomorrow for day 4.